Hi, I'm Naveen.
And I'm Raji, and this is our walking tour of HLC. HLC is an organization strong in its cultural identity. Over 2 decades, we have experienced its development from a school run in a small house by our parents to this expansive campus here that is developed and managed by a number of thought leaders. Throughout this period, a constant has been this identity as an inclusive space providing equity for all. We have a little over 400 students enrolled with us today. For the past 6 to 7 years, we have attempted to grow down to 350 without much success. The growing number of families seeking inclusive education and the need to accommodate siblings of learners already enrolled with us presents a dilemma. Headstart Nursery and Primary School was founded by Mrs. Sudha Mahesh and Mr. Maheshwaran. To this day, they devote all of their energies and time towards the development and well-being of children at HLC. Naveen and I both joined hands to take a relatively small but growing idea of inclusive education to today when what is on offer at HLC is sought by governments around the world and recognized by premier institutions everywhere.
The school started in Kotivakkam in a house Mr. and Mrs. Mahesh lived in until 2005. The school moved to an interim location for a few years in Thorapakam before settling in this campus in Karanai in 2011. We wanted to create a learning space that is open, transparent, inviting, and inclusive. We wanted children of all abilities to equitably be supported with care and empathy. You'll notice that the walkways are wide and spacious. They provide spaces to gather, not merely traverse. Children are often seen sitting with peers and sharing some laughs and being curious. This is the most precious space at the school. It's called the Circle in the Round. The name is inspired by the album Circle in the Round by Miles Davis. It was a collection of songs that weren't part of a record label but were put together later on. It inspires us to believe in the possibility of gems in every classroom here and capabilities in every child that are yet to be discovered. Well, the center of the circle is special too, because here in this spot, everyone's voice becomes one. The circle also represents our non-hierarchical and inclusive approach. Everyone is capable, and everyone has an equal voice in our spaces.
We used Madras tiles to plaster our walls. Although we originally wanted red wire-cut bricks, which were unaffordable at that time, we chose to put tiles on our walls. What's unique about these tiles is that they are placed inverted. These tiles are usually placed the other way around. These jagged edges serve their adhesiveness to the wall's plaster, and the smoother side that you don't see behind them is to present a uniform and flat brick-like look. We chose to place them inverted this way for a reason. Stay with me as I go from the analogy of bricks to children. When we get close to these tiles, we see that they have jagged edges, are discolored evenly, have cobwebs on them, not neatly groomed, needs language improvement, must pay more attention in class, complete homework on time. You get where I'm going with this, right? Because we are close to children like we are close to these tiles, we see flaws and shortcomings. What we don't see is their uniqueness. Similarly, when we are close to our children's development, we tend to be critical of their development and see only their shortcomings, not their individuality. We wanted these styles to remind us that each child we encounter is unique and it is up to us to see how special each of our children are rather than work towards making them look the same, know the same things, and assess them all exactly the same way.
We've used Kadapa tiles to use natural materials wherever we can. We've used rough tiles outside for better sensory feel and used polished tiles inside the class. What we did outside was spot on, but we believe that we didn't realize we could have used the same tiles inside classrooms as well. There's something to be said about this stairway. It has vertical rods on one side instead of the gradual handrail used on the other side. This is because we wanted to create opportunities for everyone to be able to take different paths up. Some children will go up and down the stairs, and others might swing and jump through these bars to leave the stairs. It was done to reduce the number of times we adults say don't in school. In a time when we are worried about so many things, we felt it is important to give small opportunities to explore their own limits without getting hurt. This is why we have some that are wide enough to jump through, but others that are close together when the perceived risk of injury is higher. Let's go inside a classroom now. You'll see that they are airy, open, and large. Learning well and meaningfully requires time and space. By building such large rooms, we've tried to provide more spaces to learn and allowed for children to learn at their own pace, using different styles as per their preference. When the room is full of children, it'll present quite another picture, full of life, laughter, joy, and curiosity.
As I walk through the corridor, you will notice so many paintings along the wall. Again, this was to allow children to express themselves through art all around the school. There is no uniformity to these works, and each group of learners and teachers decide what they would like to tell through their art. The playground is huge. For a campus that's only 3 acres big, we have nearly 2 acres left open for children to enjoy playing, walking about, and enjoying childhood in their own ways. As we move along the snake block, we come upon 2 large, full-size basketball courts. These are evidence of our commitment to sporting integrity and excellence. Cute, picket-fenced play areas keep young ones safe and protected while also having loads of outdoor fun. While we believe that learning happens everywhere and that every space in HLC is a learning space, we also recognize the importance of having state-of-the-art laboratories and spacious library to enable all learners to be curious and to experiment with scientific as well as natural phenomena. It is through this deliberate design of this learning space that we both believe good ideas can be championed.